Hi, Reg.
So do you think as LeBron's playing the game this weekend versus the Clippers and the Lakers, more importantly last night versus the Lakers, as he's getting his head beat in by Isaiah Thomas and the Lakers, he's saying to himself, I could be playing with these guys.
Which team is more talented? If I take away LeBron from the Cavs, are the Cavs better than the Lakers?
LeBron is not on either team, or is LeBron on the Lakers?
He's not on either team.
The Lakers are better.
Then why not go there?
Because LeBron, it's all about championships. I'm not quite sure the Lakers can compete with Houston, Golden State, maybe even San Antonio.
So
you just can't. He just can't go to the Lakers for the sake of going. He has to be one of the top three teams. And if he goes to the Lakers, they are not a top three team.
But do you see, I'm trying to figure out, if you handicap this, if he goes to Philadelphia, let's say, you got Ben Simmons, who sort of plays that same role. He's not a shooter. He has the ball. He's talented. You got Embiid. But does Philadelphia fit better?
I think Cleveland, let me start by saying I don't think he's going to leave Cleveland.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. He is not going to leave Cleveland. But if he was to leave, two places come to mind. Number one, I think Philadelphia would be perfect because you stay in the East, and you only have to face Houston and or Golden State in the NBA Finals. And it's an easier route to get to the NBA Finals if you stay East. The second place would be Houston, which I don't see because they already have two ball-dominant guys, and the pecking order and the way they've been playing all year really has been set. And if you add LeBron to that mix, which would be great, don't get me wrong, I'm sure Mike D'Antoni could make it work. I just don't think they have room for three ball-dominant guys. And
then the Lakers, you see them fourth on this list?
I just don't see the Lakers. As well as they've played as of the All-Star break, and as young and talented and having Magic Johnson at the helm, I just don't see them having a shot of getting LeBron.
Well, they put up billboards. You could get billboards put up, right?
So did Philly.
That'll do it. Yeah. Remember when C. Webb, they did that in Sacramento? Like they said, I think the Maloof brothers said, we'll mow your grass, Chris. Don't leave. So he said he didn't leave, and then they ended up trading him.
Traded him. Great.
You didn't get any billboards in Indiana, did you?
Oh, of course not.
Well, you weren't leaving.
Not by my own.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave.
I thought that you were going to end up with the Knicks, though.
They chose Allen Houston. There's no way I could have ever played for New York. Just in my bones, there's no way. I would rather cut off my right wrist than play for the New York Knicks.
Were you better than Allen Houston at that time?
What do you think?
No, at that time.
Come on, man.
At that time.
Well, he was younger. He was a few years younger, and they wanted to go with the new flashy car instead of the old Buick. Knowing the old Buick, the Buick might take a while to get there, but the Buick would get there. They wanted to get there in a hurry, and you saw how that ended up.
It's a foregone conclusion that James Harden's winning the MVP, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hands down.
Has he done more for his team than Anthony Davis has?
I look at body of work, more consistent. Anthony Davis has been fantastic as of late, but Anthony Davis has also been hurt off and on. And early part of the year, you could make a case before the injury to Boogie Cousins. He was the MVP of that team.
Yeah, but
James Harden on Houston has been 100% James Harden.
Okay, so
you can't make a case for Chris Paul. Boogie Cousins, I would say for the first 2.5 months, was playing at an MVP clip.
But man, Anthony Davis, there's nobody like him. There's nobody like him in the league.
He's been great as of late, but you can't make a case for MVP, which he has. But you can't win the MVP in a month. You got to put a body of work together.
Who's going to finish second? Durant? LeBron?
And or LeBron. I would probably go. I'm going to go Harden. I'm going to go LeBron, Durant, Anthony Davis.
Okay.
Because those other two, Durant and LeBron, body of work. And you know what? I'm also going to put DeMar DeRozan in there. Maybe he's fifth. DeMar DeRozan has been balling for Toronto, balling, and no one likes to talk about it because they play up north in a different country. But if you look at what he has done personally and changing his games and still staying consistent and them winning and leading the East, DeMar DeRozan, as well as Dwayne Casey winning Coach of the Year, they need to get serious consideration.
Do you think there's an anti-Canada bias?
I think so because of what they've done in the playoffs over the last few years. They've been built for their regular season. It's like Groundhog Day for them. They're going to win 50-plus games, get into the playoffs, and Kyle Lowry is going to struggle, and they're going to get bounced from the first or second round. Now, they kind of changed that last year, but they were headed that way when Milwaukee went up big on them. But they found a way to win that series and prevail. So we all want to see what they're going to do in the playoffs. That's why we're not everyone's kind of discounting them because of their playoff prowess.
But you're sold on Toronto. You think Toronto's the team to beat?
In the East.
In the East.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I like their bench. It's deep. I'm getting a little more sold on them. It's just, a history lesson here where, we build up Toronto and they look good, and then all of a sudden they get into a 7-game series and then they get exposed. But this year's different.
Well, it could be different, but I'm going to tell you what's shaping up here. With the Lakers' loss last night, they dropped to 4. So now they're half a game ahead of Washington, and anywhere between 3 and 8. I mean, if you go on a 2 or 3 game losing streak, Indiana, which is currently 3, could move down to 7. But they're playing well right now. Big win on the road in Boston last night for the Pacers. But I think the Cavs want to settle in at 4 or 5. That way they get Washington in the first round, which they've dominated over the years during the playoffs. Second round, they would get Toronto, who they've dominated over the years during the playoffs. I don't think the Cavaliers want to stay at 3 because they don't want any business. Right now, if standings stayed as they are today, that first-round matchup would be Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Philadelphia. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see them in the first round. I think they would be more comfortable, not to say that they're going to be losing games on purpose, but I think it's better matchup and road to the NBA Finals if Cleveland stays at 4 or 5.
I had an idea. It came to me late last night, as all my great ideas do, and that is, how about all the teams eliminated from the playoffs? Every team that doesn't make the playoffs is in the lottery, and everybody gets one ping pong ball.
I like that.
That way we take out tanking. You only get one ball no matter where you finish. And then, so we don't have to worry about any of this where the commissioner's calling you saying, hey, put a good product out there. One ball, that's it. Play as hard as you can, and somebody's going to get rewarded, a team that didn't make the playoffs.
Hasn't Adam Silver been on this show before? I think that needs to be proposed.
Well, you can do it. Why don't you do it on my behalf, Reg, and then you can take credit. Go ahead.
Well, I can't take credit now because you just said it on air.
It's okay. Hey, people steal from me all the time on the air. Don't you worry about it. We're a team, man. All right, we're Batman and Robin.
True. Yeah. I am the 5th Danette, so that is true.
And we're going to miss you in Los Angeles. We're coming out, and you're going to Pittsburgh.
I know, I'm going to Pittsburgh. March. Isn't this the best time of the year? We always talk about this. You've got the NBA starting to shape form and look towards the playoffs. Yeah. You got spring training, and you've got March Madness.
Now, you have Oklahoma and Rhode Island, Iona, Duke, LIU, Brooklyn, Radford versus Villanova, and Alabama, Virginia Tech.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have Villanova, obviously, moving on. I have Alabama beating Virginia Tech. So I love what Virginia Tech and what they've done there. Duke and Iona is going to be a good game, but I have Duke. And, people are saying Oklahoma should not have been in the tournament looking at their resume, 2-8 over their last 10 ball games. They had a great first half, terrible Big 12. But it's so hard to prepare for these teams come tournament time because you don't see them a lot. And I think that young man, Trae Young, could put on a show to try to show everyone why they belong. So I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup with Rhode Island, who was one of my sleeper teams all year. They play hard at both ends of the floor.
They are good enough to go to the Final Four, believe it or not. And now I watched them yesterday, and they ended up losing that game. But
To Davidson.
yeah, but they're good enough to go to the Final Four, Rhode Island. They really are, in my opinion.
Great guard play, and that's what you need in this tournament. You need to have, obviously, upperclassmen leadership, well coached, and you need to have great guard play. If you have that combination and you can, find a way to generate offense, I agree with you. Well, Rhode Island is one of those teams. It's going to be a fantastic matchup with Oklahoma.
Could you outshoot Trey Young right now?
No, I could not. Give me a month. Give me a month to train.
I don't even think you're going to need a month. I don't think so. I don't think
2 weeks.
I think in 2 weeks, I would put my money on you against Trey Young.
Put me through the Dan Patrick workout. I'm good to go.
Yes. I'm starting that instructional video. I'm going to do that. What was that baseball? Remember the Fred McGriff baseball video?
Yes, I do.
The Tom Amansky. I'm going to come out with my basketball. Fred McGriff points to the camera. It's instruction video for you. All right, I got one for you. Would you rather be a 19-year-old playing professionally overseas or be in the NCAA tournament?
I would probably want to be playing in the NCAA tournament. And is that person after this tournament turning pro?
Yes.
Yes, I would want to be in the tournament.
Okay.
All these kids grow up. This is what they know. This is what all they've ever known is wanting to play in this tournament. So I would absolutely want to play in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, but maybe our generation, but these younger kids, they're not as enamored with, March Madness doesn't mean as much to them. I don't think. They're only
but maybe to their parents it does. Maybe to their parents it does.
Yeah, maybe.
There's nothing wrong with, again, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with getting a paycheck, but you're playing in a foreign country, right?
Yeah.
Why not be in front of family and friends, playing for a beloved, college institution and having a shot to hear one shining moment? I still think there's got to be some pageantry in it. I know college basketball has taken a lot of hit over the years, and rightfully so, to their own doing. But at the end of the day, you can't tell me people are not going to wake up wanting to watch all these games starting early in the morning on Thursday morning.
They should have a song.
Starting Tuesday and Wednesday, but really Thursday morning.
How about a new song, One Shining Paycheck? That'd be kind of nice for you.
Look, you're not going to get me to go there, Dan. That's very funny, by the way, but I'm not going there. I like my job. You're trying to get me fired. Very funny.
We were talking movies before you came on. We have certain movies that have holes in them. I didn't realize this with Shawshank Redemption. Go ahead, tell Reggie the whole Seton with Shawshank Redemption, and I didn't even realize. I don't know if this is going to affect you when you watch the movie again.
Where the poster, the Raquel Welch poster that's covering the tunnel, how did Andy Dufresne hang it up from inside the tunnel?
Oh, good point. He couldn't have picked up a rock or something?
So what people are saying is that it was actually just hanging from the top and there was nothing on the bottom. But
that's not going to make me be like, oh my God, this is not true to form. I mean, you're nitpicking now.
Okay.
The one thing.
All right. Here's one, Reg. Home Alone. Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin doesn't call the cops. He has the ingenuity to be able to fend off these bad guys, and he's in a high-end neighborhood. You know that they're going to come to the house, right? He's not in the hood. I mean, he's in the suburbs. They're coming out there.
Okay, you guys, have you ever heard of escapism? Sometimes you've got to go to the movies to kind of escape things.
We're realist.
Right?
We're realist. Okay.
Well, if that's the case, all the Transformer movies, really?
No, I haven't seen one of those Transformer movies.
Okay, all right.
What's the other one?
Sorry, Michael Bay, I love you, but all the Transformer movies, I pull my hair out.
Okay, Reg, here's one. Karate Kid. Why isn't he penalized for the kick to the face? It's illegal. Yeah. Did that just blow your mind there, Reg?
Well, was the other kid penalized for the sweeping to the knee?
Sweep the leg?
Sweep the leg?
I think they gave him a penalty.
He was docked 1 point.
Yes, he was. Yeah, Danielson.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Was not penalized to the face.
No.
I'm never gonna watch. I'm never gonna watch that again.
Mr. Miyagi.
I'm never gonna watch that again.
What's your favorite movie?
Of all time?
Let's try to guess Reggie's favorite movie.
No, you got to go back. I will say this: it's in the '80s.
Okay.
That shaped me.
Okay.
It's an '80s movie.
All right.
And I will say this: I'm a huge. And this will narrow it down.
Oh no! Don't do that! Don't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I got my pick right away. Let's go around the room. Fritzy.
I'm going to say Bo Derek and 10.
Okay. Okay. Paulie.
Okay.
I was going to go Hoosiers, but instead of going obvious, I'm going to go Do the Right Thing.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good call. Seton O'Connor.
Very ironic. Okay.
But he hates Spike Lee, so he would never like that movie. Okay.
But I didn't hate Spike Lee then. But go ahead.
Seton.
Well, I immediately went to Michael Jackson with Reggie.
Well, what movie was he in?
The Wiz was going to be my guess.
Okay. Oh.
That's in the '70s. But go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, 17.
McLovin.
I'm going to go Crocodile Dundee. You call that a knife? This is a knife, my friend.
Okay. I'm going to go Breakfast Club.
The reason why they call you the boss is because you know things. That's not the movie, but the right director. I believe John Hughes did The Breakfast Club, right?
Yeah.
I am a huge John Hughes and all those
Pretty in
movies
Pink?
like Pretty in Pink. No, it wasn't Pretty in Pink. There was a movie he directed called Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Eric Stoltz
You
is in
remember?
there.
Eric Stoltz, right. Wrong side of the tracks. And then Watts, who had the short hair, and they try to get the rich girl from the side. I know it's stupid, but that was my favorite movie growing up.
Was it Leah Thompson in that?
Leah Thompson, correct? Yeah, she was like the so-called rich girl.
Yes.
And
See.
remember they went to the house party and they were going to beat him up, and then the gangs that they were all in detention together showed up at the right time. That was my movie.
Yeah. All I care about is me, my drums, and you. That's
That's
the big line.
You mess with the right. Remember they were shooting craps. Sometimes you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
Oh, God.
Yes. Some Kind of Wonderful. John Hughes.
And so are you, Reg. Safe travels to Pittsburgh, and I'll talk to you next week.
You're the best. And Karate Kid, I'm only playing. I will still watch you. Shawshank Redemption, I'm still going to watch.
Thanks, Reg. Reg will be part of March Madness as he's going to Pittsburgh. Yes, Paul.
Reggie just apologized to a movie.
Yeah, that's okay.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.